About this already. We're back. We talked about this already on the previous show, but you know me. I like to come back with a compartmentalized video on every single piece of big breaking news. So this guy, Chris Olave, arrested, but we're going to talk about whether we're concerned about him facing some sort of suspension. I think you know the answer to this because the guy was going 70 miles an hour in a 30? Is it a 30 or 35? Arrested Olave, reckless operation of a motor vehicle Monday night after traveling 35 miles per hour over the speed limit. I believe he was going 70 or 75 in a 30. Okay? I'm going to tell you why this is not a concern. Everybody DMing me like crazy. Smitty, is he going to be suspended? What are we doing with Olave? I'll tell you what we're doing with Olave. The Fantasy Football Show Emergency Graveyard live stream begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So, everybody and their mother is DMing me as we speak, commenting in the videos. Smitty, what are your thoughts on this? Smitty, what are we doing about this? Smitty, are you panicked? Are you a panic Peter on Chris Olave, Smitty? Are we dropping Chris Olave? The question should be, is the man even going to face any sort of suspension at all? And the answer is probably not. Anything can happen. The man was driving 70 or 75 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour zone. It was somewhere along the lines of that. And if you need a reminder of a player that did far worse than this, who had a pretty good night tonight, I might add, Jordan Addison. Remember this in the offseason? I even forgot which player this was. We were live when this broke, and I'm like, what player was it that went off? Or that didn't have any sort of suspension, that went like 140 miles an hour on the freeway? It was the guy, the man of the hour, Jordan Addison, who ripped off a 100-plus yard game and 2 touchdowns tonight. Let's go, Jordan. Okay, so first of all, flowers for doing what you did in week number 7, broski. But here we are, talking about a man that went 35 miles per hour over, hitting the limits of upwards of 70 and 75 miles an hour. Not saying it's not dangerous to do in a 30 or 35 zone, but Addison went 140 in a 55 mile per hour zone on this Thursday morning before the season. And everybody is freaking out. Maybe he'll get suspended because this comes off of the absolute reckless situation by what's his face from the Raiders, and everybody freaking out about how this could be looked at. The NFL would look at this situation differently now that there has been a death involved in a reckless driving, but that involved alcohol. This one by Addison didn't, but he went 140 miles per hour. If anybody thinks driving Miss Daisy about 70 miles per hour, if anything, I'm a little disappointed at this man and his speeds. This guy's quicker than that. Ruggs, thank you, Ruggs. That whole Ruggs situation was awful. And so everybody was freaking out about Ruggs and how that would put Jordan Addison in jeopardy of being suspended. This is a nothing burger. And if there's anybody freaking out on this, definitely take advantage of this buy low opportunity. There's nothing wrong with Chris Olave. I think that people are just looking for a reason to jump off Olave right now. Everybody and their mother's like, this guy's not a wide receiver 1, Smitty. He's cheeks. Derek Carr sucks. Derek Carr's not looking his way. Olave's playing good football still. Maybe he's not scoring touchdowns. The touchdowns will come. But Olave, everybody just wants out anyway. People are looking for excuses, so take them off their hands. Olave's not at risk of being suspended. This is a crazy, situation. So your boy's going to put the blue light blocking glasses on as we enter the wee hours. I just poked myself in the eye. The wee hours of the night as we start to wind down and block that blue light, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to come in here real quick, address this. I wanted to make sure everybody felt at ease if you own Chris Olave. I wanted to make everybody fully aware of my stance. If anybody's trying to sell Olave off this news, coming in, can we do a week 8 underdog draft possibly? Not tonight. I just wanted to come in and do a quick little, we'll do one tomorrow. I'll drop the underdog fantasy promo code Smitty screen here where they'll match up to $500 in your first deposit. They'll double your first deposit up to $500. Probably not going to do a draft tonight. I suppose we could do one. All right, let's do one draft tonight. Okay, let me drop the link right now. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Hit that right there. That's the link. Do it live. Super chatted, and so you guys all are going to be lucky enough to draft tonight because of We're going to do one week 8 underdog contest. I'm sure they're up and ready to rumble. We're going to go to the to the Battle Royale Week 8 contest. Will be one of the first people to jump into this bad boy. So get to that link right now. The link is pinned in the live chat, or it's not pinned yet. It's in the description of every video, and I just dropped it in the live chat right now. Click on the Battle Royale week number 8. If my screen will even load, it might be where we can't even do it tonight. Yeah, it doesn't look like my screen's going to load. I got to restart my system and everything in order to do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it tonight. But sign up now, and then we'll draft tomorrow. Okay, we'll maybe draft during the day and the evening. Okay, how about that? Anyway, just want to get in here real quick and have this conversation briefly. I know it's late. I know a lot of people aren't here right now. A lot of people are sleeping. But Chris Olave, don't be concerned about a suspension. Anything's possible. I can't bet my left arm on this not coming back to bite him. But my guesstimation, the NFL is heavy-handed 1 minute and not the other. We've talked about that in the offseason. But my guesstimation is this man, Chris Olave, will not be facing a suspension. Case in point, Jordan Addison, 140 miles per hour in the offseason. Nothing happened to him, and he was glorious tonight. Look at him tonight. Look at him shining. A nice example of what an NFL wide receiver should be. And he made a mistake driving 140 miles per hour. I'm not going to confirm or deny that I've driven 70 miles per hour in a 30 or 35, but are we really feeling like this man should be jailed? Are we really feeling like this man's going to get slapped with a severe suspension? No. So calm down. Calm down. Travis, what was your joke that everybody's saying was too early? Love this crowd always. What did he say? Travis, I'm going to look for it. I'm curious. Everyone punch that like button for Smitty. The man never stops working. Okay, that wasn't it. Henry Ruggs wins. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe that's the joke that people didn't like. Well, Henry Ruggs certainly was, and there was alcohol involved in that case. So, when this Addison news broke, I think my reaction was, don't worry about it. It's not like alcohol was involved. He was speeding. It was a poor decision. I know a lot of people called in and said these players just don't get it. They got life handed to them on a silver platter, and they just go out. And I remember being disappointed in him going. I mean, that's a reckless speed. 140 miles per hour. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're putting your life on the line. You're putting other people's lives on the line. But I didn't necessarily think the NFL would do anything. But this is a dumb decision. 140 miles per hour. I don't know. Maybe some of you have gone 140 miles per hour on the freeway before. I have not. I've gone over 100. You get to like 105, 110. Your steering wheel's rattling. You're feeling like one small tire blowout and you're done. And 140 miles per hour, that is reckless and crazy. Nothing happened to him. This guy went 70 miles per hour. I do 70 miles per hour to my driveway. I do 70 miles per hour when I'm pulling in to get gas. I'm not trying to like belittle speeding, doubling the speed limit and such, but come on. Anybody go 50 in a 25 once in a while? Okay, that's double the speed limit. Anybody go 70 in a 35? That's double the speed limit. Maybe in a 55 you went 110. That's still reckless. That's still deserving of a ticket. I'm not trying to make excuses. But this man almost tripled his speed and nothing happened to him. So everybody calm down on Olave. Just buy Olave. Buy Olave. Buy low. People are selling them low anyway. And buy Olave to the moon. He's a top 5 wide receiver talent-wise, kind of trapped in a non-top 5 wide receiver situation. Let's at least be honest there. It doesn't feel conducive to a top 5 wide receiver output, but it does feel 6 to 10. And I do think he'll dance in the 6 to 10 range. Maybe he ends up at maybe, I don't know, 8 overall. Maybe he ends up 6. Maybe he ends up, 8. Maybe he ends up 10. But he's certainly worth buying because no one's going to have to pay top 5 wide receiver value. You'll only have to pay 8 to 12. Sometimes 10, 11, 12 overall value. Sometimes, this guy was borderline second round material on draft day. I can only imagine that he's going in the third round equivalent, maybe late third to early fourth round equivalent value in terms of draft value today, in terms of trade value, equating it to draft value if drafting today. Let's call it late third. That is very, very good value. That is totally worth buying, and that packages in every single bit of risk you can imagine. That's what you call baked in to the extreme degree. Baked in, boys, times 1,000. Where's my baked in, boys soundbite when I need it? I think it's somewhere around here. Baked in, boys. Where is it? It's baked in, boys. It's baked in. I don't think I have it anymore. Where is it at? Goodness gracious, man. Did I get rid of my baked in, boys?
Will he be bossed or
Which
fired? Side would you rather
not it.
have?
Get lamb.
That's not it. Baked in, boys. I don't know if I have the baked in, boys. Baked in, boys. Let's see. Is it over here? Man. I don't think I have. Is this it? There it is. Baked in, boys.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Oh, remember that?
Take a lap.
We haven't used the old take a lap in a long time.
Take a lap. 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 Take a lap.
Get lamb.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
That is facts. That is cap.
Sorry. I found a folder of a bunch of old stuff, so I was jamming out there for a second. Okay. Anyway, wish you all a very good night. Thank you for watching. A little quick 15-minute sesh. Get burrowed. Yeah, we got that. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get breached.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. What's up, my guy? Hey, Smitty, would you trade away Pollard and Hopkins for Brees and Diggs? Would I trade away Pollard and Hopkins for Brees and Diggs? Yes. Brees, Diggs, by a mile. In case you aren't hearing me, there you go, big boy. Get breached. Thank you for the super chat, bro. See you all tomorrow. Thank you, comma. Thank you, Fat Boy, for the super chats. Appreciate you both.
Smitty, you're not hearing me. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. I know everything about fantasy football. Woo! You know...